Why Rihanna isn't as nice as you think. I believe that everyone has bad days and that they have both good and bad traits, but my uncle worked with her for years and was very close to her. He has told me that she is extremely rude and a complete jerk, and that not everything about her is as it appears. I can't say much more because I want to protect his identity. Rihanna mocking a girl's prom dress. To be honest, anyone can be nice, but I don't think Rihanna is as nice as everyone says she is, and I'll explain why in a moment. Rihanna mocked a 16-year-old fan in 2014 for wearing a prom dress similar to one she wore in 2010. And she wasn't mocking her fan. She certainly encouraged it by refusing to ask people to stop. This is the first thing that comes to mind when I think of Rihanna since hearing about it. That was not a nice thing to do to anyone, let alone a fan. Yes, the girl's pose in the photo was the main reason for the mocking, but it was still inappropriate to mock her. Rihanna at an interview. I dress carefully for her, as I would for a good friend, thinking carefully about what she likes, what I believe she enjoys. I requested Uber Black, the most expensive level of Uber service I've ever used. The driver estimated that the trip to Malibu would take about an hour and a half. I spent the next hour and a half with Rihanna's 24/7 assistant, Jennifer Rosales. We ordered drinks and talked about Jennifer's reproductive options. When I realized I was getting drunk, I nibbled on some bread, and when my head became too clear, I drank more. It took a lot of effort to keep a light buzz going for so long, but it paid off. I laughed when Rihanna's manager, Jay Brown, appeared and told me that this was one of her first interviews in years. Then I choked, because she was right here. Her lips were bright red, her long nails were pale iridescent lavender, and her mascara was a strange combination of white and black. Fenty, Rita rhinestone necklace against her chest. Rihanna greeted me with a hug before we sat down in front of 2 glasses of white wine. "Your eyes are amazing," she said as she drew her chair closer to her. "I'm staring at you and my eyes are blurring because all I can see are those tiny dots." "Well, it's mutual," she says. I replied stiffly, "Believe me." It was probably the most insignificant compliment she'd ever received, but praising her seemed like a dangerous slope. I looked down at my carefully typed up questions, looking for a good way to start. "Do you do internet searches? And if so, what do you look up?" I inquired. "Oh, random things, like I'll be sitting here Googling childbirth." "Could be more random than childbirth," says one. "Childbirth is a non-gross way of putting it." I was looking for the size of certain things, how much they expand, and what happens next. "It'll be fine," I said with confidence. "You have a unique body," I wanted to add. "Nothing you can look up on Google applies to you." When I asked her what kind of apps she had on her phone, she mentioned Squarity. It allows you to place an image of any size in the square box on Instagram. So you do your own Instagram. Yeah. That is the only way it will work. My fans can smell BS from a mile away. I can't fool them. Rihanna is frequently seen on Instagram wearing bikini-style outfits, once while cuddling a baby monkey, and she looks stunning. Never lewd, always alive. I opine that a body as flawless as hers could never be truly naked or vulnerable. There's no rule about whether you have to be clothed or not. She tried to explain what makes a great photo. "I want to see a naked woman who isn't even aware that she is naked." "Right," I replied. "It's just pure bodily joy." "Yeah, and men will do what men do, and I will do what I do." Rihanna abruptly threw her hand in the air, making a peace sign. I turned around to see an older white man attempting to sneak a photo of her by taking a selfie that was actually an othery. She was smiling, but I was irritated on her behalf and raised my middle finger. "That'll teach him a lesson." "I'm so sorry," the man apologized. His entire table of shrimp cocktail eaters looked mortified. "I've never done anything like that," she says. "It's all right," she reassured him. "You're lucky I wasn't eating, because that would have been disastrous." We straightened ourselves after becoming self-aware. My blouse was smooth. "Can I ask you what this is?" she asked, motioning to my clothing. "Vintage Yves Saint Laurent. Your taste. I mean, I can't even talk to you." "Thank you," I replied. "I dressed for you," she says. One of the great vicarious pleasures of this era is witnessing Rihanna's profound enjoyment of fashion. In that massive yellow cape, we all detonated the Met Ball. We were all Dior's first black faces. We were all cool enough to wear Sonia Sombreul's silkscreen jeans. Being Rihanna simply feels good, at least on the surface. Could you describe how it feels in your head? Your next moment Kind of person, she deduced. Not an in-the-moment person, she says. Yeah, I admitted, knowing that this is not the type of person I should be. I'm in the same boat. Things are only now hitting me, as if I'm feeling them emotionally. I used to feel unsafe right after completing a task. I felt the ground give way beneath my feet, because this could be the end. Even now, as everyone else is celebrating, I'm already on to the next thing. I don't want to get lost in this huge success cushion. And this is how you go from a child with a good voice to selling 54 million albums in 10 years. Don't believe the pictures. There's an untaken one in between each poolside party photo in which she's simply working. Rihanna is in the studio almost every night when you're sleeping. Jennifer said she'd be there until the morning because she was on her way there after our meeting. At that precise moment, the sound engineer was waiting for her, just as I had earlier. Rihanna currently does not have time for extracurricular activities, including dating. Guys require attention, she said. They need that nourishment, that little ego boost that gets them by every now and then. I'll give it to my family, I'll give it to my job, but not to a man right now. I mentioned that it took me a long time to find a guy who didn't feel threatened by my power, and Rihanna responded quietly. Wait a minute. If I ever travel to West Africa, it will most likely be for a free concert. Rihanna's slight Barbadian accent was now well known to me. I like to do something for the people there. Perhaps we can organize an entire event in the style of Bob Marley. This is only for the people. And if they want to climb over the gate, let them. I believe that many people have a misunderstanding of who I am. They only see the tough, defensive, and aggressive side of things. However, every woman is vulnerable. Of course, I'm going to have that side. I just don't like it when people see me cry. Rihanna. Making sense of Robin Rihanna Fenty's evolution, or more accurately, morphing from the 17-year-old former Barbadian beauty queen who emerged 5 years ago, with a handful of Caribbean-flavored pop songs, an elaborate system of Real Housewives hair, and a million-watt smile to the asymmetrically dressed, tattooed, futuristic pop hellion that she is today is a difficult task. She has released 4 wildly successful, increasingly daring albums: Music of the Sun, 2005, A Girl Like Me, 2006, Good Girl Gone Bad, 2007, Rated R, 2009, as well as her most recent, Loud Def Jam, which, if the success of the first single, Only Girl in the World, is any indication, appears to be on track to continue the trend. As a result, she has emerged as a true pop phenomenon, a performer bold enough to sing on stage while splayed across a hot pink tank, a self-possessed woman who deftly brandishes her sexuality like a rapier, and a swaggering album-to-album changeling who reliably cranks out hit after get touched by whatever happens to be the latest or greatest innovation in hip-hop and dance music songcraft in a given year. Well, use the comment section below to share your thoughts with us. Hope you enjoyed the show. If so, please subscribe to our channel by clicking on the subscribe button. Also, show us some love by clicking on the like button below and sharing the video with your friends and family. Turn on the notification button to get updates on our new videos. That's all we had for today. Bye, see you next time in the upcoming video.